Danny, GMTK, Brakis, Sam Hogan, Code Monkey. 3 out of the 5 largest Gamedev YouTube channels, each boasting over 500,000 subscribers, are already dead, or at least abandoned by their creators for an indefinite period. However, much like 4 months ago, when I published the video Gamedev YouTube is not dying, I remain confident that this statement still holds true. My confidence stems from the emergence of new, exceptional game development YouTube channels that never fail to impress me. 5 quote-unquote smaller YouTube channels I'm gonna share with you today are without a doubt the most remarkable and absolutely amazing game development channels I discovered over the past year. I'm not even sure if it's correct to call them small, since some of them have already gained tens of thousands of subscribers and more than 1 million views. But what I'm absolutely sure about is that you would never be able to forgive yourself if you meet them. Every channel on my list is relatively new, with the oldest being around for nearly 2 years and the youngest having been created less than 2 months ago. I've sorted them by subscriber count simply to organize the list, but believe me, each channel on this list is genuinely unique, inspiring, and deserving your full attention if you're interested in the game development topic. First on my list is Brian. His game development YouTube channel was created less than 2 months ago and has already gained over 1,000 subscribers. If you think about it, that's completely insane. One of his videos, How My Indie Game Exploded in Popularity, was recommended to me in the middle of January 2024. At that time, Brian's channel had only a few thousand views and around 100 subscribers, but to me, it was clear that his channel would quickly gain the popularity it deserved. For comparison, it took me 9 months to gradually build a small community of 700 subscribers on my own channel. Brian, on the other hand, managed to get almost twice as many in less than 2 months. However, his success can be easily explained. Brian practices what he preaches. He's not just an aspiring game developer, dreaming about creating his own game sometime in the future. Instead, he has already created a highly successful game and is sharing his story with his audience.
You wake up one day and you realize, I've made it. I've achieved everything that I had on my list.
As he mentioned in one of his videos, Brian also has some previous YouTube experience, which means he knows how to deliver content to viewers in a digestible and engaging format. Despite being the smallest channel on my list in terms of subscribers and views, I'm more than sure that won't be the case in a year or 2 if Brian keeps publishing great content regularly. If you haven't checked out Brian's channel yet, definitely take a look. You'll find the link to his and other channels I'll mention in this video in the description. Second on my list is Gitamand, an exceptional game development YouTube channel that follows a more technical approach, teaching complex programming concepts and patterns. Unlike most game development programming channels that usually stick to basic step-by-step tutorials and simpler coding examples, Gitamand offers its expertise on more sophisticated topics, like programming patterns, game architecture, and engineering principles. This channel was launched almost precisely a year ago, with its first video published in March 2023. But despite its relatively short existence, it has already gained an impressive base of more than 7,000 subscribers. And this success is easily explainable, given all the masterpieces that appear on the channel. My favorite playlist includes all the videos on game development specific programming patterns, like singleton, observer, visitor, and command. Not subscribed to this channel yet? You know what to do. Now the next 2 channels on my list are particularly special. Both of them were created at the same time 2 years ago, specifically in January 2022. In fact, only 4 days set them apart. Both of them have nearly 23,000 subscribers and virtually identical amounts of views. One of the bigger YouTubers, Code Monkey, even mentioned them both together in the comments of my video. Frankly, I'm wondering if the creators of these YouTube channels know about each other and consider themselves competitors. Well, after watching this video, they probably would. As you might have guessed, I'm talking about Bite Me Games and Sasquatch B Studio. Although they are pretty similar in terms of statistics, these channels are different from the standpoint of the content they produce. Bite Me Games is a small Belgian game development studio whose YouTube channel is primarily run by two guys, Marnix and Thomas. The studio released its first game, Forge Industries, nearly a year ago, and as far as I know, they are currently working on their second game. I kind of like their openness and willingness to share their experiences, even if it's not always successful.
We've been working on it for, I think, about 18 months, and a lot of things went wrong during the development.
We have been big dum-dums.
Sasquatch B Studio, on the other hand, is a channel run by Brandon and his wife Nikki.
I haven't actually seen a whole lot of husband and wife teams doing devlogs together, so this should be really interesting.
Not only do they share the process and progress of their game Samurado creation, but they also release some comprehensive Unity guides from time to time. However, what I like the most are their more authentic and emotional videos where Brandon shows behind the scenes life of their family. Last on my list, but certainly not in my heart, is a game development YouTube channel that amazes me the most, Crimson Hollow. Frankly guys, I envy those of you who have yet to discover this wonderful channel. What an incredible journey you are about to experience. Created less than a year ago, this exceptional channel has already amassed a whopping 52,000 subscribers and more than 1 million views. There are several aspects that impress me about Crimson Hollow. First and foremost is its insane views to subscribers ratio. By simply dividing the view count by the number of subscribers, we find out that on average every 20th view converts into a subscription. And considering that most subscribers have likely watched multiple videos on the channel, this ratio looks even more impressive. For comparison, on my channel I currently have 700 subscribers and 44,000 views, meaning that the views to subscribers ratio in my case is 60, 3 times as much as on the Crimson Hollow channel, and in this context more means worse. I can recall my first impression of discovering the Crimson Hollow channel as if it were yesterday. In May 2023, when I had just created my own channel and had published 2 or 3 initial videos, YouTube recommended me this video about the cozy fantasy game. Back then, it was the only video on the channel and it already boasted more than 100,000 views. Without hesitation, I watched the video and became a huge fan of Courtney's channel. Courtney, you ask? Yes. She's a game designer, an amazing artist, and the YouTube creator behind the Crimson Hollow channel. Crimson Hollow, in turn, is her beautiful, cozy dream game. Absolutely gorgeous. Just take a look at this art. Unlike every other YouTube creator mentioned earlier, Courtney seemingly doesn't care about posting frequency at all. Over the span of a year, she has posted only 6 videos, 1 video every 2 months. But guess what? That doesn't seem to hurt her channel. Conversely, it looks like Crimson Hollow debunks the myth of posting frequency as a vital element of a successful YouTube channel. After watching Courtney's videos, it has become clearer to me that as long as you follow your dream, work with passion, and share your journey with like-minded people, success will follow. Have you discovered any new game development channels you haven't heard about before in my list? Or maybe you're already subscribed to all 5 of them? Let me know in the comments. Also, make sure to share your favorite game dev YouTube channels, especially those that you have discovered lately. Thank you for sticking around to the very end of the video and see you in the next one.